Hello, I'm Lynn McGovern, and I'm teaching a course on the Spanish Civil War on July 13th. And I'm here today to talk a little bit about that. But first of all, I'd like to tell you why I became interested in this topic. When I was 15, my family moved from Connecticut to Miami, Florida. And all of a sudden, I had Spanish-speaking classmates, Cubans. And I found them fascinating. They were so lively and had such a lively culture that I wanted to go to Cuba to find out where this all came from. I couldn't because of the embargo, so I went to Spain. And in Spain, I fell in love with the Spaniards. And also, I learned about the Spanish Civil War. And when I saw this series called El Tiempo, Entre, Costuras, The Time in Between, which takes you through Spain and Morocco and Portugal, leading up to the war, and then takes you through the war, to the end of the war, and of course the beginning of World War II, I thought, wow, this is fascinating. What a wonderful way to teach the Spanish Civil War. So what we do in this course is we learn about the events that led up to the war. It was a period of time when it was really a defining moment in history. The world was watching what was going on in Spain because fascism was rolling across Europe, and all eyes were on Spain. People like Ernest Hemingway, John Dos Passos, George Orwell, and the entire Abraham Lincoln Brigade, which was the American portion of the international brigades, went to Spain to help the Republicans, which were the more progressive of the two sides. They went there to help them win the war. Of course, the Spanish Civil War was lost by the Republicans and won by Francisco Franco. And in 1939, basically Spain was shut off from the rest of the world. I mean, people say that Africa began at the Pyrenees from 1939 on. But this course is exciting. We use this wonderful television series as a backdrop to study the events. And we learn about art. We learn about the different writers who wrote about the war. And we also learn about people I know who fought in the war, people who were the last members of the Abraham Lincoln Brigade. And we listen to interviews with them. And also, something very interesting, it's not part of the course, but it's something that I would suggest you do if you get a chance, is read Isabel Allende's latest novel called Largo Pétalo del Mar, or Long Petal of the Sea, which is about the Spanish Civil War. Fascinating. And as with all her historical novels, they're based on accurate history. So one can learn a lot through that as well. But anyway, I would love to have you join me in the course on July 13. Hasta luego.